surds and indices, right? They will definitely take care of this topic called as surds and indices. Now, the name itself says that surd. What is the meaning of a surd? Surd is nothing but an irrational root. That means any number which will not give you a rational number. Any number which will not give you a rational number. For example, root 3. For example, 4 power 1 by 3. It is not a rational number. For example, fifth root of 25, 25 power 1 by 5, right? 25 power 1 by 5 is nothing but fifth root of 25. All these are nothing but surds. Indices, the meaning of indices, again, as you can see in the name, it is nothing but equal to whatever the power which you are raising. That means, suppose for example, there is a base called as a. Power is nothing but m. What is a power m? A power m is nothing but a into a into a into a. It is multiplied how many times? It is multiplied m times. That means instead of writing a multiplied m times, you can also express in terms of indices as a to the power of m. Surds and indices is what we are referring to, which is nothing but either it can be an irrational root which will not give you a rational number. That means, suppose for example, square root of 4 is something what I have. Square root of 4 is nothing but equal to 2. That is nothing but a rational number or a whole number or a natural number or whatever it is. So it is not an irrational root. So square root of 4 is not considered as a surd, right? Square root of 3. Square root of 3 will not give me, it will give me a value called as 1.73 etc. So that is considered as nothing but a surd, right? Surds and indices is what we are discussing. We will take some of the questions with respect to surds. We will take some of the questions with respect to indices, and we will keep solving those problems. We will understand more or less the basics of surds and indices in today's class, rather than going to very high examination level questions. We will take those questions also in our upcoming classes as we proceed with session 2, session 3, session 4 or whatever it is, depending on the number of complexity or depending on the number of problems we have solved in those particular each session. Now listen to this carefully, sir. I am damn sure that any person who is listening to this particular class would have gone through this particular topic called as loss of indices. This will be something which will be taken care of in our school days itself, maybe in 7th standard or 6th standard or 8th standard, depending on what kind of what do you say, like either it is ICSE, CBSE or whatever it is. So definitely you should have gone through all these loss of indices in your school days itself. Let us understand those loss of indices right now. Let us not go too much in detail about this loss of indices because you already know about it, but let us understand for some time what are the loss of indices which are present. The first basic loss of indices is a power m into a power n. That means if the bases of two parameters are same, if the bases of both of them are same, which is nothing but a and a, I will write the common base called as a, and if they are multiplied, then the powers should be added. So m and n are the powers. If the bases are multiplied, then the powers should be added. This is my first law of indices. Second law of indices, same thing I can say that a power m divided by a power n. That means I again have the same base a and a. So I will, instead of writing two bases a and a two times, I will write it only one time common base as a. And if they are divided, then I will subtract the powers. Initially, if the bases are same and if they are multiplied, I will add the powers. And then if the bases are same and if it is divided, then I will subtract with the powers. That is my second law of indices. Suppose for example, I have only one base, but this time I have two powers for the same base, a power m whole power n. This can also be written as if there are multiple powers, I can write it as the product of the powers, or I can also write it as a power m whole power n can also be written as a power n whole power m, because this also will give me a power n into m, which is nothing but a power m into n. Both are absolutely same, right? Both are absolutely same. These are all something which my students already know it. I want to repeat for my students. I want to revise them so that we will start with problems in the next 5 minutes. A power m whole power n. Again, if I put another power p, it makes no difference, because you put as many powers as possible and you will keep multiplying all those powers. So it is a power m into n into p, right? A power m into n into p. This is another law of indices. Suppose, for example, I have a power m, I have a power m, and the power of other parameter, that means the power of power is nothing but a number or a variable called as n. It is in the fractional form called as 1 by n. It makes no difference again, sir. I can still write it as a power m power n. It is a power m into n. Here n value is 1 by n. M into 1 by n. So it is m by n, right? It is 1 m by n. Whether the power is a fraction or it is a whole number, it makes no difference. Suppose, for example, just now we discussed a power m whole power n, a power m whole power n. This can be written as a power m power n. This is something which students will make a mistake, because they both are not equal. Very, very important point. This is where some of the students will make mistake. I will tell an example also after we discuss or list out all the laws of indices. Very, very important point. A power m whole power n is nothing but not equal to a power m power n. They both are not equal. That bracket, whatever extra bracket which we are putting, it really makes a lot of difference. It definitely do make a lot of difference in simplifying. I will take an example also in some time and I will tell it to you, right? Next, another law of indices. These are all extra laws of indices what I am writing right now, which need not be actually there. You can derive it whenever required, but I am just writing it. Suppose I have nth root of a, right? Suppose I have nth root of a. You can remove this nth root, write down that a, remove that nth root. If it comes to the right hand side, it becomes a power 1 by n. For example, if I have square root of a, if I have square root of a, it is nothing but a power 1 by 2. If I have fourth root of a, it is nothing but a power 1 by 4, and it follows, right? It follows. Same logic. Suppose I have nth root of a, right? Suppose I have nth root of a. For that, again I will write it with mth root, right? Again I will write it with mth root. This can also be written as this is nothing but mth root of a. These both are absolutely same, right? Mth root of a. I will prove it with an example also after I list out all the indices, right? Mth root of nth root of a is nothing but equal to mth root of a. These both are absolutely same. Similarly, can I say that if I have something called as nth root of a whole power n, if I raise it to the same power, nth root of a whole power n, it is something like square root of 4 whole power 2. It is nothing but square root and that power 2 will get cancelled, or in other words, it is 2 into 1 by 2, which is 1 in the power. So it is a power 1 itself. So remove this and cancel this. You will be left with a power 1. These are all something which you are already aware of, sir. I am just revising you people so that we will take it to our problems. Now, in our second example, in our second law of indices, we divided with a common base, right? We divided with a common base and we made the powers different. We made the powers different. Now, let us make powers as the same and we will have different bases. A power m divided by b power m. Powers is different. Powers is the same. Bases are different. A power m divided by b power m. I can write it as keep the same power m. See, keep in only one power m and write it as a by b. Right, and write it as a by b. Similarly, I can also say it like this. I can also say it as a by b whole power minus m if it is there. This is nothing but whenever the power is having a negative value, write this as 1 by a by b whole power m. This can also be written as b by a whole power m. Right? This can also be written as b by a whole power m. And probably other 2 or 3 which we can derive is, suppose if I can say that if a power x is equal to a power y, if a power x is equal to a power y, if the bases are same, ignore the bases, equate the power, then x will be definitely equal to y. If bases are same, ignore the base and equate the powers. Suppose similarly, reverse is also true. If bases are different, and if the powers are same, ignore the power and equate the bases. Both are absolutely true. And the last thing which I definitely want to know is a power 0 will be equal to b power 0, will be equal to x power 0, will be equal to 100 power 0. All these values will definitely give you one beautiful number. That number is nothing but 1. I hope the idea is clear. Idea should be very, very clear. These are all the laws of indices which probably might help us in our problem solving when we start taking the problems in future. Idea clear, sir? Kindly comment in the live chat. These are all something which is already known. Again and again I am telling you, today the first class is basically on problem solving with the basics. We will start with the basics, we will understand some easy questions, we will take it forward with our tricky questions of examination questions in our upcoming classes. So today also we will solve some very, very good questions, but we will concentrate more on little easy side today. Kindly comment in the live chat. This is a very, very important notation. 8th one, mth root of nth root of a is nothing but mnth root of a. Now suppose if I take this 6th notation, suppose I take it as 2 power 3 power 2. What is the meaning of 2 power 3 power 2? Can I say it as, this is nothing but 2 in 2 power 3 square. 3 square can be written as 3 into 3, right? So 2 power 3 power 2 is basically nothing but 2 power 3 into 3. Similarly, if I write included bracket, if I include it in a bracket, 2 power 3 power 2, the meaning of 2 power 3 whole square is 2 power 3 is multiplied twice, right? 2 power 3 is multiplied 2 times. A power m into a power n, it is a power m plus n. First notation whatever we have used here. So it is 2 power m plus n is 3 plus 3. 2 power 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is nothing but what? 3 plus 3 is nothing but 2 times of 3, right? 3 plus 3 is nothing but 2 times of 3. Observe carefully, sir. This particular value is giving me 2 power 3 into 3. This particular value is giving me 2 power 2 into 3. They both are definitely not the same. I hope the idea is clear. That is what I meant with the 6th key point. A power m whole power n is definitely not equal to a power m power n, right? So it is 2 power 3 into 3 in my first example, 2 power 2 into 3 in my second example. They are not equal. Idea clear, sir? They are not equal. Suppose for example, if I take this 8th notation, suppose let me take this cube root of 4th root of 2, right? Cube root of 4th root of 2. This 4th root of 2 can be written as 2 power 1 by 4, right? That is from my 7th notation I can write like that. 4th root of 2 is nothing but 2 power 1 by 4. Again, what is this cube root? cube root is nothing but power 1 by 3, right? Cube root is nothing but power 1 by 3. Now I can say that this is a power m whole power n, a power m into n. It is 1 by 4 into 1 by 3. This is 2 power 1 by 12, right? 2 power 1 by 12. 2 power 1 by 12 can be written as 12th root of 2. It is the 12th root of 2, and that 12 is nothing but equal to 4 into 3, or it is 3 into 4, right? 12 is nothing but equal to 3 into 4. That means, can I again say that whatever I wrote it here as the 8th notation, this is mth root of nth root of a is nothing but exactly equal to m into nth root of, or mth root of that same value a. Both are absolutely same. That is what I wrote it in my 8th key point. I hope the idea should be clear, sir. These are some things which might be helpful in our problems as we proceed. So let us understand what all is required to solve our problems easily, so that we will concentrate on those problems right now itself. I hope the idea should be very clear. Kindly comment in the live chat before we start solving the problems if it is clear till this point of time for you. Loss of indices is what we started with. Very important loss is what we discussed, but fortunately we already know all these laws from our way long childhood days. This is something which we are not learning for the first time. This is something which we have learnt so many times in our school days, and that is the beauty of learning from childhood days. It will not be a difficulty. That is something which I say it in most of my sessions. If you know the concept of solving problems from childhood days, if you know how beautifully a time and work problem should have been solved by using a concept of LCM, you wouldn't have faced any difficulty at this point, sir. Unfortunately, there we have not solved problems in a much more better way. We used formulas and variables, and we are struggling right now because of what the mistake we have done in the past. I hope the idea is clear. Listen carefully, sir. We will start with some easy basic questions on surds and indices. First question. Square root of 2 power 4, cube root of 64, fourth root of 2 power 8. I need to get this value. Find the value of this particular surd. Now, this can also be written as 2 power 4. I will write it as it is. Square root is nothing but power 1 by 2. It is power 1 by 2. One problem I am writing in detail. It is power 1 by 2. 64 I will write it as it is. 64 is nothing but 4 power 3. Right? 64 is nothing but 4 power 3. Cube root is nothing but power 1 by 3. And 2 power 8 I will write it as it is. Fourth root is nothing but power 1 by 4. Now, I also told you that a power m whole power n is nothing but a power m into n. So it is 2 power 4 into 1 by 2. You need not write all these things in the exam. I am writing for your understanding for first question. 4 power 3 into 1 by 3. 2 power 8 into 1 by 4. So in the power of the first term it is 4 into 1 by 2 is 2. 4 power 3 into 1 by 3 is 1. And 8 into 1 by 4 is 2. Right? It is 2. So it is 2 square plus 4 power 1 plus 2 square. Answer for the first question is 12. Easy question to start with, and it's a very easy question to start with. Very easy question. I hope the idea should be very clear for the first question. Second one, we will understand each and every basic question initially, so that it should not haunt in our difficult questions as we proceed with our classes. Second one, again a very easy question. 8 power 2 by 3 value I need to find. What is the value of 8 power 2 by 3? Now, 8 power 2 by 3 can be written as 2 cube power 2 by 3. A power m whole power n is a power m into n. 3 into 2 by 3. It is 2 power 2, which is nothing but 4. Easy questions we will understand initially, sir. Slowly we will scale up the level of difficulty. 8 power 2 by 3 is nothing but, it is nothing but exactly equal to 4. So sorry, sir. Next, third question, similar kind of question. 16 power 3 by 4. 16 power 3 by 4. Whenever you get 8, which can be written as 2 power 3. Whenever you get 16, which can be written as 2 power 4, or it is nothing but 4 power 2. Try to express with all these things, sir. Try to express it as square or some power of some base, right? So it is 4 power 3 power 4. So 4 square power 3 by 4. So this can also be written as 4 power 2 into 3 by 4. This is nothing but 4 power 3 by 2. But unfortunately, I still did not get a rational number, right, or a whole number. So 4 can be written as 2 power 2 whole power 3 by 2. I will directly do it. 2 will cancel here. You are left with 2 cube, which is nothing but 8. Sir, I will not express 16 as 4 square. Rather, I will directly express 16 as 2 power 4. Yes, that also can be done. I just did it like this for you to explain in a much more easier way. It is not in fact a easier way, it is a lengthier way. But still, I want to explain you each and every step how it is working on. I want you to first understand the application of law of indices in my easy questions before we scale up the level of difficulty. I hope the idea is clear, sir. Before we scale up the level of difficulty, first let us understand the application of law of indices. Suppose, fourth one, square root of 8 minus square root of 4 minus square root of 2. The only number which will give me a whole number is square root of 4. Square root of 4 value is 2. Square root of 8. Whenever you have a surd in the square root or the cube root or whatever it is, try to express it as a perfect square because it is square root. If it is cube root, try to express inside as a perfect cube, and so on. That means 8 can be written as 4 into 2. Sir, why 4 into 2? Why not 8 into 1? Because 4 is nothing but a perfect square. Square root of 4 can be taken outside as 2, and remaining root 2 will remain, right? Remaining root 2 will remain. That means square root of 8 is 2 root 2 minus 2. I will write it as it is, minus this root 2. This root 2 cannot be expressed as anything. 8 can be expressed as 4 into 2. But 2 can only be expressed as 2 into 1, which we will get the same number again as 2 itself. So write down as it is. So if I simplify, 2 root 2 minus root 2 is nothing but 1 root 2. So 1 root 2 minus 2 should be the final answer. Root 2 minus 2 should be the final answer. I hope the idea is clear, sir. Next, few more questions of laws of indices. Suppose, for example, suppose I have 16 power 0.16 into 2 power 0.36. Now, can I write it as this 2 is the base in the second number. So 2 can only be written as 2 power 1. 16 is the base in the first number. 16 also express it as 2 power something. Yes, 16 can be expressed as 2 power something. So can I say that 16 is 2 power 4 whole power 0.16 into 2 power 0.36. 2 power 4 power 0.16 is 4 into 0.16 is, this is 0.64 into the 2 power 0.36. In both the cases, the bases are same. Keep only one base. If they are multiplied, add the powers. 0.64 plus 0.36 is, it is 1. 2 power 1 value is 2. 2 power 1 value is 2. Similar kind of question. We will solve some 15 to 20 easy questions initially, sir. You need to wait for me to take extremely good tricky questions in my next few classes, including today's class, where I will take some of the good questions also, right? Do not be in a hurry. Do not think that all these questions only will be taken care of. Definitely more number of questions we will take care of. You know the kind of class I take it, you know the flow of class I take it. I will always prefer to come from the first step, so that I will reach all the steps very easily. Suppose 243 to the power of 0.16 into 243 to the power of 0.04. Now see here, again the bases are same. Write down the same base, 243 to the power of, if they are multiply, add the powers. 0.16 plus 0.04 is 0.2. Now what can I do from this? This is nothing but 243 to the power of 0.2. This is again something which we discussed in our fraction to percentages conversions in our percentages class and also DI class. 0.2 is nothing but, it is 1 by 5, right? It is 1 by 5. That means basically they are asking you what is the fifth root of 243. That means which number, when I raise it to the power of 5, I will get it as 243. 243 is nothing but 3 power 5. 3 power 5 is 243. So fifth root of 243 is nothing but how much? It is nothing but 3. 0.2 is nothing but 1 by 5. 0.2 is 20%. 20% is nothing but 1 by 5. Again, sometimes it becomes very easy for us by using fraction to percentage, which we have studied. You can never ignore that particular thing, sir. Suppose similarly, 256 to the power of 0.16 into 256 to the power of 0.09. Same logic again. I want only one base to be written. Write down 256, and because they are multiplied, add the powers. 0.16 into 0 plus 0.09 is 0.25. 0.25 is nothing but 25%. 25% in fraction is 1 by 4. So they are asking you fourth root of 256. What is fourth root meaning? That means some number is there. When I raise it to the power of 4, I should get it as 256. Which number, when I raise it to the power of 4, I will get it as 256? 4 power 4 is 256. So fourth root of 256 will be equal to 4. I hope you are able to understand the logic behind using surds and indices, laws of indices especially. Again one more similar question for our understanding. Suppose, for example, suppose if I take this 0.01024 whole to the power of 1 by 5. Now this can also be written as 0.01024. First of all, I will write it as 1024, and if I start from right hand side, 1 place, 2 places, 3 places, 4th places and 5 places. After 5 place I have a decimal point. So it is nothing but multiplied by 10 power minus 5 whole power 1 by 5, right? Whole power 1 by 5. 1024. Just a couple of days before, I took a concept called as last 2 digits, and I used this beautiful number called as 1024 also in last 2 digits, which is nothing but 2 power 10. 2 power 10 into 10 power minus 5 whole power 1 by 5. Can I write it as 2 power 10 whole power 1 by 5 is 2 power 10 by 5. It is 2 power 2. 10 power minus 5 whole power 1 by 5 is 10 power minus 5 into 1 by 5. It is minus 1. So it is 10 power minus 1. So answer is 4 into 10 power minus 1, 4 by 10, which is 0.4. Answer for this question is 4 by 10, which is 0.4. Slowly we will understand what are the next varieties of questions which might occur in our examinations. Next, similarly, your questions can also be in terms of negative powers. I told you already, a power minus m is nothing but 1 by a power m. A power minus 1 is nothing but 1 by a power 1. That means whenever I have a negative power, a power minus 270, if I have a negative power, if I need to make a positive power, so put it in the denominator, write it as 1 by that number in the positive format. Or if I have a positive power, if I want to make a negative power, put that again in the denominator and make it as a negative power. Again, if you see, if you cross multiply, a power minus 270 into a power plus 270. So common base is a. A power m into a power n is a power m plus n. Minus 270 plus 270 is 0. So a power 0 is nothing but 1 itself. Right? Again, it's the proof of one of the laws of indices. Right? Now see here. Suppose if I have a negative power, it makes no difference, sir. Suppose if I have 64 to the power of minus 2 by 3 into 1 by 4 to the power of minus 2, right? I have negative powers. 64 can be written as 4 cube. 4 cube to the power of minus 2 by 3 and 1 by 4 power minus 2. If I want to make it positive, so put it in the numerator in this case, because 1 divided by 1 by 4, that 4 will come above. So it is 4 power 2. 4 cube power minus 2 by 3. This 3 and 3 will cancel. You are left with 4 power minus 2. Next term is 4 power 2. A power m into a power n. A power m plus n. 4 power 0 is 1. I hope the idea is clear, sir. 4 power 0 value is 1. Next question. Next question. Listen carefully, sir. Suppose your next question is, I hope the idea is clear to everyone till this point of a time. Now see the next question. Next question is cube root of 2 into square root of 2 into cube root of 3 into square root of 3. This value I need to find. I need to find this value. Now again, can I say that cube root is there for this particular first term, cube root is also there for this particular third term. So what I will do is, powers are same, multiply the bases. That means I will write it as 2 into 3, right? I will write it as 2 into 3 and I will put a common power called as 1 by 3, right? Common power is 1 by 3 or it is cube root of 3, right? Cube root in fact. Similarly, again here it is square root, the last term is also square root. Again the powers are same. Power is nothing but 1 by 2 in both the cases. Multiply the bases. It is nothing but 2 into 3. Keep the common power called as 1 by 2. So this first term is 6 power 1 by 3. Next is 6 power 1 by 2. Now the bases are same, right? Now the bases are same. Keep only one base. And if they are multiplied, you should add the powers. Powers sum is nothing but 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2. You will get it as 5 by 6 in the power. Answer for this question is 6 power 5 by 6. Do not be in an assumption that in all our questions which we have solved earlier, most probably everywhere the answer was given or answer was coming as a whole number or a rational number or a natural number, whatever it is. In this case, you are not getting a natural number. There is no particular rule that you should always get a natural number, sir. Right? Answer need not be a natural number every time. It can be a surd also, like the way we got it right now. I hope the idea is clear. It can be surd. Answer can be expressed in terms of surd also. Suppose, for example, another question. 64 to the power of 2 by 3 into 2 power minus 2 divided by 8 power 0 whole to the power of 1 by 2. That means I am finding the square root of this particular value. 64 power 2 by 3 is 64 is nothing but 4 cube. 4 cube to the power of 2 by 3. That 3 will cancel. 4 square is what is left. 4 square is what is left. 2 power minus 2 is 1 by 2 square. 1 by 2 square divided by 8 power 0 is 1 whole to the power of 1 by 2. So this can be further simplified as 2 square is nothing but 4. It will cancel with one of the 4. 4 into 1 is 4. 4 divided by 1 whole power 1 by 2. 4 by 1 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 4 is 2. These are all very easy questions to take care of, sir. Very easy questions. And I believe that the idea should be very clear till this point. Yes, we have not moved on to tricky questions. We will not move on to tricky questions so soon before understanding other questions which can be solved. And then only we will move on to tricky questions. Next question. Next one. Square root of cube root of 0.004096. Square root of cube root of 0.004096. Now, can I say that 16 cube is nothing but 4096, right? 16 cube is nothing but 4096. Now, can I again say that because 16 cube is 4096, 0.004096 is nothing but 0.16 cube. These both are absolutely same. That means the cube root of 0.004096 is nothing but equal to 0.16. I will replace that with 0.16. Outer thing what is present is square root. Square root of 0.16. It is 0.4. Square root of 0.16 is nothing but 0.4. I am trying to connect the dots wherever it is possible so that it becomes easy for our upcoming problems. We will solve every variety of easy question initially so that we will take the next varieties of questions as we proceed with our classes. I hope the idea is clear, sir. 16 cube is nothing but 4096. Sir, how 16 cube is 4096? All those things we have already discussed in how to find the square of a number, how to find the cube of a number in our speed maths sessions. Suppose, for example, if your question is another question, if your question is 3 root 12 divided by 2 root 28, this divided by 2 root 21 divided by square root of 98, right? Square root of 98. Now listen carefully, sir. Everything keep expressing as a perfect square wherever possible. 12 is 4 into 3. That 4 square root is nothing but 2. Take it outside. You are left with root 3. Similarly, 28 is 4 into 7. Square root of 4 is 2. Take it outside. You are left with root 7. This divided by, or if I convert this division to multiplication, this term will become reverse. That means numerator will come as root 40, root 98. Root 98 is 98 is 49 into 2. What is square root of 49? It is 7. Take that 7 outside. You will be left with 2 inside the square root. Divided by, keep this 2 as it is. Square root of 21 is nothing but, square root of 21 is nothing but, 21 is 7 into 3. So square root of 7 into 3, it is root 7 into root 3, right? It is root 7 into root 3. Simplify everything, what all you can do it. Can I say that this root 3 cancels, this 2 and 2 will cancel. What all you can simplify it, sir? Root 7 into root 7 is 7. 7 is cancelled with 7. So you are now left with, in the numerator you are left with 3 root 2 divided by, denominator you are left with 2 into 2, which is nothing but 4, right? Which is nothing but 4. If I further simplify, 3 into root 2 value, which will come later on, it is approximately 1.41. 3 into 1.41 divided by 4, answer is approximately equal to 1.0605. Right answer is approximately equal to 1.0605. It all depends upon the answer options. If the answer option is expressed in this format itself, stop it, don't move forward. If the answer option is not expressed in that format, move ahead and continue with that particular simplification. It all depends purely on how the answer options are given. Excuse me. I hope idea is clear, sir. We are still in level 1 questions. We will continue to be in level 1 questions for the next few minutes. We will cover multiple varieties of questions as we proceed with our class. Jishnu, please repeat. Jishnu, every number I am expressing it as perfect square wherever possible. 12 is nothing but 4 into 3, Jishnu. This 4 square root is 2. I wrote it outside. Square root of 3 I cannot do anything. So I am keeping it inside the square root itself. Similarly, this 98 is 49 into 2. 49 square root is 7. 28 is 4 into 7. 4 square root is 2. This root 21. 21 I can only write it as 7 into 3. Both are nothing but not perfect squares. So I just wrote it as root 7 into root 3. Simplify, cancel everything, what all you can do it. And root 2 value we should know it as 1.41, which will keep repeating in so many problems in future. So root 2 I wrote it as 1.41. And I multiplied and then divided by 4 approximately to get the answer as 1.0605. Jishnu, I believe that it is clear, sir. I hope the idea is clear. Suppose another question. Suppose if 125 to the power of 2 by 3 into 625 to the power of minus 1 by 4 is equal to 5 power x, then find the value of x. If 125 to the power of 2 by 3 into 625 to the power of minus 1 by 4 is equal to x, equal to 5 power x, then find the value of that x. You need to find the value of that x. Now listen carefully. Same logic. There is no difference in the way what we are solving. These are all anyway very easy question. 125 is 5 power 3. 5 power 3 power 2 by 3, whole power 2 by 3. That 3 and power 1 by 3 will cancel. You are left with 5 power 2. Similarly, 625 is 5 power 4. 5 power 4 power minus 1 by 4. 4 and 1 by 4 cancel. You are left with 5 power minus 1 is equal to 5 power x. So 5 power 2 into 5 power minus 1, it is nothing but 5 power 1 is equal to 5 power x. Powers are different, bases are same. So equate the powers. So x value will be equal to 1. Simple. Answer for this is the value of x is nothing but equal to 1. I hope the idea is clear. Idea clear, sir? Next few questions. I am sure that in Surds and indices, you cannot escape from this term called as a plus b whole square. You cannot escape from this term called as a minus b whole square. Sir, why we cannot escape? Because usually we hate something called as a square root. Usually we hate something called as a cube root. That means whenever I have square root, I want to eliminate that square root. That will be my primary motto as long as I can eliminate it. There is no definite rule that every time a square root or a cube root will get eliminated in our search problem, but we will try our level best to eliminate those square root or cube root so that we will get the answer in whole numbers. That is something which we like the most, right? That is something which we like the most. That means we will try to eliminate that particular square root or cube root. To eliminate square root, I should have square, because square root of 3 if it is there. If I want to eliminate this square root, I should have square term also. So that square root of square, they will get eliminated or nullified. You are left with only 3. Similarly, a plus b whole square, if I have it, if I have the square root for this, then the square root and square will eliminate and you are left only with a plus b. A minus b whole square under the square root will be a minus b. Similarly, a plus b whole cube under the cube root is, it is again a plus b. A minus b whole cube under the cube root is, it is again a minus b. That means we will try to eliminate all these square root or cube root whenever there is a particular chance for us, right? So definitely we need to know all these notations called as a plus b whole square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square. A square a plus b, a minus b whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square. And similarly, a plus b whole cube, a minus b whole cube. You might also need to know a cube plus b cube, a cube minus b cube. All these things we will come to it, sir. These are something which we have probably discussed in our algebra class. Now definitely those things also will be extremely useful, because these are some things which we have studied in our school days. I think it should not be a difficulty knowing all these things, right? Now see here, sir. Suppose for example, I have a question. Okay, let me write that exact question. Just give me a minute. I think I will write what is the question which is exactly there, rather than writing the question in a condensed format. I want to write that question whatever is exactly present. Just give me a minute, sir. Just a minute. I am trying to search the exact question rather than the question in a condensed format. Let us condense it. Okay, now see this question, sir. This is the question. This is the question which is there exactly. Your question is 6.5 into 6.5, 6.5 into 6.5 minus 45.5 plus 3.5 into 3.5. I need to find the value of this. Now you need not worry about these kind of questions. Whenever they give it like this, definitely this will be a square, right? Definitely this will be a square. So I can write it as 6.5 whole square. Definitely this will be b square. So I can write it as a plus 3.5 whole square, right? Plus 3.5 whole square. This is nothing but a square plus b square. Because there is a minus sign in between, it should be minus 2ab, minus 2 into 6.5 into 3.5. check it out whether this value is giving you 45.5. just check it out. Can I say that 2 into 6.5, it is nothing but 13, right? It is 13. 13 into 3.5, 3.5 is 7 by 2. 13 into 7 is 91, 91 by 2 is 45.5. Yes, it is absolutely satisfying the middle term. So can I say that a square minus 2ab plus b square, this is a minus b whole square. So it is 6.5 minus 3.5 whole square, which is nothing but 3 square, and value of 3 square is nothing but 9. So these kind of questions are also another varieties of questions which can be given in your examinations. But most of the time they will not give such easy questions, but we will understand easy questions initially. Suppose for example, another question, 7.5 whole square plus 37.5. In fact, the question is actually given like this. Question actually is 7.5 into 7.5 plus 37.5 plus 2.5 into 2.5, right? 2.5 into 2.5. This is 7.5 whole square. This is 2.5 whole square. This term should be 2 into a is 7.5, b is 2.5. Can I say that? Can I say that 2 into 2.5 is 2 into 2.5 is 5. What is 5 into 7.5? 5 into 7 is 35. 5 into 0.5 is 2.5. 35 plus 2.5 is 37.5, which is exactly what is there in the middle term. That means a plus b whole square. 7.5 plus 2.5 whole square, which is nothing but 10 square, which is nothing but 100. Answer for this question is 100. I hope the idea is clear. Answer for this question is, it should be 100. Questions sometimes can also be asked in that format, which we have understood right now. Idea clear, sir? Suppose this is another variety of asking a question. Suppose for example, I am sure that you should know this. A cube minus b cube is nothing but a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. Similarly, we have a cube plus b cube is nothing but a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. These are two things which we know from school days. Suppose for example, your question is like this, 0.05. It is 0.05. Let me take the exact question which is given, right? In the same format, let me write it, sir, so that you will understand how the questions are actually coming. 0.05 into 0.05. 0.05 into 0.05 again into 0.05. So 0.05 is multiplied 3 times, minus 0.04 into 0.04 into 0.04. That also is multiplied 3 times. Whole thing divided by 0.05 into 0.05, right? I believe that you are able to understand the question. 0.05 into 0.05 plus 0.002 plus 0.04 into 0.04. I need to find the value of this expression, whatever I have written. Now this is nothing but 0.05 whole cube. This is nothing but 0.04 whole cube. That means first term is nothing but a cube, second term is nothing but b cube, divided by first term it b square, right? I will write it in the last term, b square plus Is this nothing but what is 0.02? A value is 0.05, B value is 0.04, A into B value, is 0.05 into 0.04 is 0.002. That is what is given in the middle. So this is AB value. If I simplify further, can I say that a cube minus b cube, is nothing but a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. That means I will get here as a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. That term will cancel with the denominator term. You are left only with a minus b. A is 0.05 minus b is 0.04. Answer is 0.01. So you should definitely know all these things which we are studying in algebra to solve some of the questions in surds and indices easily. I believe that it is clear. A plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, all these are some things which you definitely need to take care of it. In fact, a square minus b square, all these are something which you need to take care of. I hope the idea is clear. Suppose another question. We will keep solving multiple questions to understand it better, and then we will take it forward for our next varieties of questions. Another question. Just 1 minute. Kindly refresh the page if there are any technical issues. I am encountering a small technical issue. If you are facing the same, kindly refresh the page. Just 1 minute, I'll be back. Okay, I believe that it is clear now. Next, another question. Suppose your question is simplify. I am writing the question exactly how it is given. Simplify 1.5 cube plus 4.7 cube plus 3.8 cube. 1.5 cube plus 4.7 cube plus 3.8 cube minus 3 into 1.5 into 4.7 into 3.8, right? Minus 3 into 1.5 into 4.7 into 3.8, whole thing divided by this is nothing but 1.5 square in plus 4.7 square plus 3.85 3.8 square, right? 3.8 square excuse me, minus 1.5 into 4.7 minus 1.5 into 4.7 minus 4.7 into 3.8 minus 3.8 into 1.5. I need to simplify this entire value. Now if you look at this question, you will feel that it's a very difficult question because it involves a lot of simplification of cubing a particular decimal value, squaring that decimal value, multiplying decimal values. Too much of time consuming process. But can I say that there is a beautiful corollary or a beautiful notation in our algebra which says that these are all something which you need to know for algebra, sir. A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3abc. Definitely you should know this because it is straightforward given like this in all our particular things. A cube plus B cube plus B cube minus 3abc is A plus B plus C into A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus CA. Now if I take like this, this is A cube, this is B cube, this is C cube minus 3 times of A into B into C, right? 3 times of A into B into C. That numerator, whatever they have written here, is nothing but this particular notation what I wrote just now. That means I can write the right hand side term in the numerator. A plus B plus C into A plus B plus C is 1.5 plus 4.7 plus 3.8 into A square plus B square plus C square. A is 1.5, B is 4.7, C is 3.8. So 1.5 square plus 4.7 square plus 3.8 square. That is exactly what I have in the denominator also. Minus AB. That means minus 1.5 into 4.7 is AB. BC is 4.7 into 3.8 is BC. 3.8 into 1.5 is CA. That means whatever the next term which is there here is actually the term which is there in the denominator also. They both will cancel off. You are only left with one term in the numerator, that is nothing but the sum of these three terms. 1.5 plus 4.7 plus 3.8. If I add these three terms, I will get the answer as a 10. Easy way of solving question if you know this notation whatever we have studied in algebra. I hope the idea should be very clear, sir. These are some of the tricky questions. Looking into the question, you should think that you might get a feeling in the examination that it's a very difficult question, but actually it is not. Actually it is not. That is the reason I am telling you again and again, sir. You should be good in basics. In this question, the basic understanding is that notation of A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3abc. That is something which you need to know in this question. Then it becomes a very easy question. Idea should be very clear. Next question. Next similar kind of question once again. See here. Suppose if your question is like this. 0.41 into 0.41 into 0.41 plus 0.69 times 0.69 times 0.69 whole thing divided by 0.41 into 0.41 minus 0.41 into 0.41 minus 0.41 into 0.69 plus 0.69 into 0.69. Now listen carefully, sir. Again it's a very easy question. This is the same terms multiplied 3 times. I can write it as a power 3 plus same terms multiplied 3 times. I can write it as some other variable b power 3 divided by this 0.41. I already called it as a. So this term is a multiplied 2 times. A square minus a and b multiplied minus ab plus a b is multiplied 2 times. B square. You already know the notation of a cube plus b cube. It is a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. The same term is there in the denominator also as a square minus ab plus b square. Remove everything and you will be left only with a plus b, where a is 0.41, b is 0.69. 0.41 plus 0.69 is 1.1. I hope the idea should be very clear, sir. It should never be a difficulty for you in solving these kind of questions. And I repeat it, it is the basic questions what we are yet. We have never moved on to a tricky questions which will come in SSC examination papers. Not only SSC, it can be any other examination for that matter. Suppose, see here, exactly similar to this, exactly similar to the question whatever we have solved. I want to try to connect that and it. Your question is 2.3 into 2.3 into 2.3 minus 2.3 into 2.3 into 2.3 minus 1 divided by 2.3 into 2.3 plus 2.3 plus 1. This value I need to find. I need to find this value. Now listen carefully, sir. Same logic. 2.3 is multiplied 3 times. So this is nothing but a power 3. This is a power 3 minus 1 is written only 1 times. But I can also write 1 as 1 into 1 into 1. 1 is multiplied 3 times b power 3. So 2.3 I already called it as a. It is multiplied 2 times a square. 1 I already called it as b. That also I can write multiplied 2 times. It is b square. Right? It is b square. The middle term is 2.3 can be written as 2.3 into 1. 2.3 is a. B is nothing but 1. Middle term is AB. Same like previous question. It is A minus B into A square plus AB plus B square, and denominator exactly is also A square plus AB plus B square. They both will cancel off. You are left with only one term which is A minus B. A is 2.3. B is 1. Subtraction is 1.3. These are all not difficult as long as you know some notations which are algebraic notations. Yes, definitely we will use algebraic notation, but without algebraic notations also we can solve some of the questions easily, which we have discussed in algebra topic. Now in Surds and Indices we will make it easy by using algebra notations. I hope you are all able to understand the connection between the dots. Kindly comment in the live chat, sir, till here, because from the last 15 minutes I think I am continuously taking problem, but I am not probably telling you or asking you whether it is clear or not. Kindly comment in the live chat. Today we are in the first class of Surds and Indices, where the main concentration is on basics of Surds and Indices. More and more basic questions is what we are solving right now. Suppose, see this question, sir. Please see this question. Okay, let me write it. Suppose your question is, the value of root 2 is given in the question. Given root 2 is nothing but 1.414. The value is given in the question. You need to find the value of root 8 plus 2 root 32, root 8 plus 2 root 32 minus 3 root 128 plus 4 root 50. This value we need to find, provided we have the value of root 2 as 1.414 approximately, right? Approximately we have the value of root 2 as 1.414. Now very easy question. Why? Because root 2 value is given in the question, so every number which will be given definitely can be expressed in terms of root 2. You will definitely able to be expressed in terms of root 2 because root 2 value is given. So root 8 is root of 4 into 2, root 4 is 2, remaining is root 2. 2 times of root 32 is root of 16 into 2, 16 into 2, 16 square root is 4, so 2 into 4 root 2 minus root 128, 128 is 64 into 2, 64 square root is 8, it is 8 root 2 plus 4 into root 50, 50 is 25 into 2, 4 into 5 root 2. If I simplify further, it is root 2 is common factor everywhere. If I take root 2 common factor, 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 minus 24 is minus 14. Minus 14 plus 20 is 6. It is 6 root 2. But root 2 is given in the question as 1.414. So it is 6 into 1.414. Answer will be approximately equal to 8.484. Check out with the answer options, whichever option is closer to 8.484. You should mark that particular option and then move ahead. Answer for this question is 8.484. 8.484 should be the answer. Similarly, another variety of question. In fact, this also we have solved earlier, but it is in division. It makes no difference. 243 power 0.13 into 243 power 0.07 divided by 7 power 0.25 into 49 to the power of 0.075, right? 49 to the power of 0.075. It makes no difference again in this question. Can I say that numerator bases are same? I will keep only one base. I will keep the base as 243 because they are multiplied in the numerator. Add the powers. 0.13 into the plus 0.07 is 0.2. Again, denominator base here is 7. 49 is the second base, but 49 is 7 square. That means this can be written as 7 square to the power of 0.075. That means again I can make the base as the same. Here the base is 7. Here also base is 7 because 2 into 0.075 is it is 0.15, right? It is 0.15, right? Now another term I forgot to write in the denominator, sir. So this term is nothing but equal to the second term. I wrote it. So another term which is given is 343 to the power of 0.2, right? So that means first term is, okay, I'll write it 7 power 0.25. This is 7 square to the power of 0.75, which is 7 power 0.15. And this is 7 cube to the power of 0.2. It is 7 power 0.6. Again the bases are same in the denominator. 243 can be written as 243 is 3 power 5. 3 power 5 whole power 0.2 divided by 7 power 0.25 plus 0.15 is 0.4. 0.14 plus 0.6 is 1. So it is 3 power 5 power 0.2 is 3 power 1 divided by 7 power 1. 3 by 7 should be the answer. Answer for this question is 3 by 7. Answer for this question is 3 by 7. I believe that this variety of questions should be very clear by now. This variety should be very clear, sir. My heading of today's session itself says that we are mainly concentrating on basic problems and slightly intermediate level questions today. Today in the sense, the session from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. Another question. See here, sir. And I am again sure that My students knows this as a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. Now suppose for example your question is 5.32 into 56 plus 5.32 into 44 into 44 divided by 7.66 whole square minus 2.34 whole square. This is a question on indices because there is a power called as 2 in this case. If I take this 5.32 common factor in both these terms, you are left with 56 plus 44. 56 plus 44 is 100. So 5.32 into 56 plus 44 is 100. A square minus b square. It is a plus b. A plus b is 7.66 into plus 2.34. It is nothing but 10. 7 points A minus B is 7.66 minus 2.34. It is nothing but 5.32. 5.32 will cancel with 5.32. 100 divided by 10 is 10. 100 divided by 10 is 10. Answer for this question is 10. I hope the idea is clear. Answer for this question is 10. Suppose another question. If 3 power x plus 8 is equal to 27 to the power of 2x plus 1, find the value of x. Find the value of x. Very easy. Base here is 3. Make the base here also as 3 so that I can remove the base and equate the powers. So it is 3 power x plus 8. 27 is 3 cube to the power of 2x plus 1. So base here is 3, here also is 3. Remove the base. X plus 8 is equal to 3 into 2x plus 1 is 6x plus 3. You are left with 5x is equal to 5. X is equal to 1. This is one of the ways of solving. If you do not want to solve in this method, substitute by answer options. Options are 7, 3, 2 and minus 1. Minus 2 and 1. 7, 3, 2, minus 2 and 1. If I take the fourth option, which is the correct answer, if I take 1, so this is 3 power 1 plus 8 is 9. 3 power 9. 27 to the power of 2 into 1, 2 plus 1, it is 3. So 27 power 3 is 3 cube to the power of 3, which is nothing but 3 power 9 itself. Both are satisfying, therefore the answer option is correct. You use method 1 or you use method 2, it makes no difference. All these are very easy questions, sir. You should never panic to solve these kind of questions if it is given. Suppose another similar variety of question. 27 to the power of n plus 1 is equal to 243 to the power of 3. Find the value of n. Right? Find the value of n. Same logic I will implement. 27 to the power of n plus 1. 27 can be written as 3 power something. 243 can also be written as 3 power something. 27 is 3 power 3 whole power n minus 1 it is, sir. It is not n plus 1. 3 power 3 whole power n minus 1. Right? This value is nothing but n minus 1. In fact, it makes no difference. Even if you solve with n plus 1 also, you will get a different value, different answer. It makes no difference as long as we are learning the concept. 243 is 3 power 5 whole power 3. Right? 3 power 5 whole power 3. Now, think logically, bases should be same. Right? Bases should be same. If the bases are same, I can equate the power. The base in the first term or the left hand side is 3 power 3. This is the base. Base in the right hand side is 3 power 5. It is not 3 power 3 in the second case. But can I write this 3 power 5 power 3 as 3 power 3 whole power 5? Both are exactly same, right? 3 power 3 whole power 5 and 3 power 5 whole power 3. They both are same from the laws of indices. Base in the left hand side is 3 power 3. Base in the right hand side is also 3 power 3. Bases are same. Equate the power. N minus 1 is 5. N should be 6. Simple understanding, sir. It is never a difficulty if you use these methods. The more and more and more you get addicted to Anil Nair classes way of solving, you will enjoy aptitude, you will score well also. That is the only thing which I can say as of now. You get addicted, you will love it to the core. I hope the idea is clear. Idea till now should be very, very clear, sir. Next question. Next question. Just 1 minute. Excuse me, sir. See this question, sir. Please see this question. If root 15 is equal to 3.88, if root 15 is equal to 3.88, they themselves have given the value of root 15 in the question. Find the value of root of 5 by 3. Root 5 by 3 value is something which I need to find. Now, because the root value is given for 15, root 15 value, because it is given, I should definitely make use of this value in my problem solving. That means I should get it as 15. How will I get it as 15? I need to find root of 5 by 3, but I want to have root 15. So multiply by 3 in the denominator also. So this is root 15 in the numerator. Root of 3 into 3 is 9. Root 9 is 3 in the denominator. Root 15 value is known, 3.88 by 3. Approximately answer is 1.29. Approximately answer is 1.29. Definitely you should make use of the values which is given, sir. Then only the problem becomes very, very easy. I hope the idea is clear. These are all very easy questions. We have never moved on to so much difficult questions till now. Suppose, for example, your question is, suppose if the question is like this: 2 plus 0.09 square root minus cube root of 0.008 minus 75 percentage of 2.8. 75 percentage of 2.8. This value I need to find, right? I need to find this value. Now, can I say that this is 2 plus, forget about 0.09 square root. What is 9 square root? Square root of 9 is 3. Now, inside the square root, after 2 places there is a decimal point. Outside the square root, after 1 place there should be a decimal point. Minus cube root of 80 is nothing but 2, right? Cube root of 80 is 2. Inside the cube root, after 3 places there is a decimal point. Outside, after 1 place it should be. That means for square root, if I square 0.3, after 2 places decimal will come. If I cube 0.2, after 3 places decimal will come. If I write to the power of 4 for 0.2, after 4 places decimal will come. As long as it will, same logic will applicable for any other number. Minus 75 percentage, 3 by 4th of 2.8. Very easy, sir. Where is the difficulty? 0.3 plus 0 minus 0.2 is 0.1. 2 plus 0.1 is 2.1 minus 4 into 1, 4 into 0.7. 0.7 into 3 is 2.1. They both are nullified. Answer is 0. Answer for this question is 0. Very, very easy way of solving question. I hope the idea should be very clear, sir. Suppose I have another question. These all you should use algebraic identities. Then the question becomes very easy. Your question is cube root of 3.5 plus cube root of 3.5 plus cube root of 2.5, cube root of 3.5 plus cube root of 2.5 into cube root of 3.5 whole square, cube root of 3.5 whole square minus cube root of 8.75 plus cube root of 2.5 whole square, cube root of 2.5 whole square. I need to get the value of this entire expression. It's a very easy question once again, sir. I am not understanding if you are finding it difficult to solve this question. I really don't know why you are finding it difficult. Can I say that if I call it as A, if I call this as B, first term is A plus B into A square. It is A square. Last term is B square. Check it out, the middle term minus 3.5 into 2.5. 3.5 into 2.5 is nothing but 8.75, right? It is nothing but 8.75 minus AB. A plus B into A square minus AB plus B square is A cube plus B cube. We already learnt it. So A is nothing but 3.5 cube root of 3.5 whole cube. You will be left with 3.5 plus B is cube root of 2.5 whole 2.5 cube root of 2.5 whole cube. You are left with 2.5. Answer for this question is 3.5 plus 2.5, which is 6. I hope the idea should be very clear in my first class of Surds and Indices. Idea should be clear, sir. Next, another question. Multiple questions we will solve. We will see these questions being very helpful in our upcoming classes to solve some tricky questions very easily. Suppose your question is beautiful question. Cube root of 6th root of 5 power 9 whole power 4, and the same term is written once again. Cube root of 6th root of 5 power 9 whole power 4. Find the value of this expression is your question. I need to find the value of this expression. Now, step by step we will do it, sir. 5 power 9 I will write it as it is. 6th root is nothing but power 1 by 6. Cube root is nothing but power 1 by 3. Power 4 I will write it as it is outside. The same term is written once again. 5 power 9 is written. 6th root is 1 by 6. Cube root is 1 by 3. Power 4 is same written as it is. Apply the laws of indices. Where is the difficulty? 5 power 9 power, if it is coming power after power inside the bracket, multiply the powers. Power 1 by 6 into 1 by 3 into 4. Can I say that this if I simplify, this becomes 9 into 1. 9 into 2 is 18. 2 into 1, 2 into 2. First term is 5 power 2. Second term definitely is also 5 power 2. Your answer is 25 into 25, 625. Express again in terms of indices, 5 power 4. Answer for this question is 5 power 4. Very easy question only, right? Looking into the question, never make a judgment that it's a very difficult question. It need not be always. It need not be a difficult question always. Kindly comment in the live chat, sir, because every now and then I want to understand whether you people are understanding or not. Although it's a very easy topic today, although it's a basic level question today, yes, I definitely want you to be stronger in basics, and which you also can definitely say that yes sir, it is true. Answer for this question is 5 power 4. Kindly comment in the live chat before moving on to the next question. Everyone please comment, sir. I am waiting for your comments. Only 5 to 6 people have commented. 6 to 7 people have now commented. Rest of the other people, kindly wake up and comment fast, sir. Kindly comment soon. Next question. Next question. 2 into cube root of 40. 4 into cube root of 320 plus 3 into cube root of 625 minus 3 into cube root of 5. This value I need to find. Very easy, sir. Because it is a cube root, try to write the perfect cube value inside the cube root. That means perfect cube for 40 is 8 into 5. Cube root of 80 is 2. Take the 2 outside. Remaining 5, write it as it is. Minus 320 is what I have. Right? 320 is what I have. Can I say that 64 into 5 is 320? Because 60 into 5 is 300. 4 into 5 is 20. Cube root of 64 is 4. So keep that 4 outside. And then the remaining term is cube root of 5 itself. Cube root of 625. So this is 3 times of 25 into 5 is 625. Sorry, 125 into 5 is 625. Cube root of 125 is 5. Take it outside. You are left with another cube root of 5. Minus the last term is 3 times of cube root of 5, which I cannot simplify further. If you observe carefully, cube root of 5 is common factor. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 minus 16 is minus 12. Minus 12 plus 15 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Everything will cancel. Answer is 0. Everything will cancel. Answer definitely will be 0. I hope the idea is clear. Another question. Another question. Square root of 40 plus square root of 40 plus square root of 9 into square root of 81. Value for this, please. Square root of 40 plus square root of 9 into square root of 81. If I take from the inner square root of 81 is 9. So this becomes 9 into this term which is there in the box is also 9. 9 into 9 again is 81. This square root of 81 is again 9. So you will be left with square root of 40 plus 9. Square root of 49, which is 7. Square root of 49, which is 7. I am still in my basic questions. I will keep telling this statement for you to realize that much more beautiful, extraordinary questions will follow very, very soon. Very, very soon we will take some of the very, very good tricky questions, sir. That is the intention of Surds and Indices. Surds and Indices, we should start with the basic questions always. We should understand how to take it forward in all the upcoming problems. And that is the only reason my main primary concentration is to teach you the basics before we move on to some other varieties of questions. Till here I believe everyone is clear, sir. Everyone should be clear till here. Next, now see here. Now listen carefully, sir. This is something which I definitely want to teach my students, which already you know it. See, these are all very easy because you have studied this from so many years, from school days. Suppose I have 1 by 3 plus root 2. I want to express this in terms of numerator. I want to express this in terms of numerator. Now listen carefully. First term in the denominator is 3. Second term in the denominator is root 2. And they are added, right? They are added. Whenever two terms in the denominator or more than two terms in the denominator are either added or subtracted, it can be either added or subtracted, we have something called as rationalizing factor. Rationalizing factor is, I will multiply with, here if I have plus, I will write minus here. Here if I have minus, I will write plus here. I will multiply and divide with 3 minus root 2 and 3 minus root 2. Sir, why should you multiply and divide with 3 minus root 2? For the only simple reason that I will try to eliminate my third which is there in the denominator and I will try to make it as a whole number in the denominator. My intention is definitely to make denominator as a whole number as much as possible in most of the problems whatever we solve from now onwards. That means I feel so much of discomfort if the denominator is not a whole number but it is a third. I will try to make it as a whole number. Sir, why? How are you making it as whole number? We know a beautiful property from algebra that a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. That is the reason I told you, if it is plus here, if it is expressed as a plus b, try to express the other term in the denominator as a minus b, so that I will try to eliminate that third and I will get the answer little easily. So this can be written as 1 into root 3 minus root 2 is, it is 3 minus root 2 divided by a square minus b square. A square is, it is 3, a is 3, it is 3 square 9 minus b square, b value is root 2, root 2 whole square is 2. Now observe carefully, sir. Yes, I did definitely get the numerator as a third. That is okay with me, but I want to eliminate denominator as a third. Denominator is 7. That is very happy news for me, and numerator still is a third. That is definitely absolutely okay with me, right? That means I want to try to express my denominator not as a third but as a whole number or a rational number. I don't like denominator to be a third. Eliminate it. That elimination process is nothing but rationalizing factor method, or in other words, whatever I have here, if I have a plus b here, I need to get a minus b so that I can make use of this notation. Or if I have a minus b in the denominator, I should write it as a plus b in the denominator so that I can make use of this notation. So my rationalizing factor will always have this middle term, the sign change, so that I can make use of a square minus b square. I believe the idea is clear. This also is something which you know it, but you should know why we are using that. That is something which is very important. And then how we are using that in the problem, we will see it now. Why is the first thing, and then how. I always teach my students, if you can answer this WH related questions, WH related questions, when, why, where, how also is the WH only in a way, how, these are all something. Where do I need to prepare, where do I need to start my preparation, when do I need to start my preparation, why am I supposed to do in this method itself, how am I taking it forward for my preparation. All these will play a very major role. If you can answer this WH related questions, most of your problems in your life will be solved. This is only the very important factor that you need to answer yourself in each and everyone's life. WH related questions will make a lot of difference in your life, sir. I believe the idea is clear. Rationalizing the denominator is what we are doing right now. Now see here, we will solve some of the questions, but can I say that, suppose if I write that question once again for you, 1 by 3 plus root 2. Now what I will do is, I will not write all these multiply and divide by all these terms, extra terms every time in my examination and end up wasting my time. I will try directly to get this particular value. That means I know that the denominator what I should multiply should be 3 minus root 2. 3 square is 9, root 2 whole square is 2, 9 minus 2 is 7, directly write it. 1 into 3 minus root 2, it is 3 minus root 2. Try to eliminate this intermediate step as much as possible, and that can be eliminated so beautifully only by practice. The more and more you practice, the more you will be comfortable in eliminating that. Now let us solve some beautiful questions using rationalizing the denominator concept. 3 divided by 2 plus root 3 minus 2 divided by 2 minus root 3 whole thing divided by 2 minus 5 root 3. Now this is one of the worst questions to be starting with, sir, because can I say that already there is one denominator and that is a third. Again there is another denominator that also is a third, and then totally there is a bigger denominator that also is a third. Too much of surds in this question, but I need to solve it and try to eliminate that surd if possible. I am not telling that every time surd can be eliminated, but most of the cases yes, right? Now can I say that denominator already, forget about this final denominator that we will see it at the end, only concentrate on this bracket term 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. If I simplify that, so LCM is nothing but a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. A square is 2 square, b square is root 3 whole square, it is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Directly write it off. You no need to write it as 4 minus 3 also. And then cross multiply. 3 into 2 6. 3 into root 3 is 3 root 3. It is 6 minus 3 root 3. Minus 2 into 2 is minus 4. Minus 2 into root 3 is minus 2 root 3. Right? It is minus 2 root 3. I believe the idea is clear. That common denominator, final denominator, I will keep it as it is now. Anything divided by 1 is nothing but the same thing. So that means I made 2 denominator condensed to a single denominator. 6 minus 4. It is nothing but 2. Minus 3 root 3 minus 2 root 3 minus 5 root 3 by 1 is nothing but I can eliminate that. Final denominator is 2 minus 5 root 3. Cancelled. Answer is 1. I am not writing this terms as 2 square minus root 3 whole square as step number 1. Second step 2 square is 3 thirds, and then root 3 whole square is 2 square is 4, root 3 whole square is 3, and then third step I will write it as 4 minus 3. No, directly write it. Yes, there might not be so many other methods, but this method you can save a lot of time by eliminating the step which is not at all required. Throw the step which is not required. We don't require it. Like the way if you throw few of the things in your home which you don't require. Rationalizing the denominator is the concept, and this will help you tremendously in your preparations or problem solving in so many problems which we take forward. I hope the idea is clear. Next, another question. We will solve few questions in this model, sir, because I want my students to get habituated to these kind of questions also. Your second, another variety of question in rationalizing the denominator concept. There are few more concepts which I am not discussing as of now, which I will take care of it in my coming classes. Do not worry about this, sir. Problem solving, varieties of problem solving is my responsibility. My students should never worry about that. That is something which I will take care of it. Suppose your question is 3 plus 2 root 2 Yes, I am little happy in this question. Why? Because 3 plus 2 root 2 came in the numerator, but the power is minus 3. Right? But the power is minus 3. That means it will go to the denominator. So here again it is 3 minus 2 root 2. Again the power is a negative power minus 3. Right? Now I want to find this value. This is nothing but 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 2 root 2 whole power 3. Again this is nothing but 1 by 3 minus 2 root 2 whole power 3, right? 1 by 3 minus 2 root 2 whole power 3. If I take the LCM, don't keep writing each and every step which is not required actually. Can I directly say it as, if it is 3 plus 2 root 2 here, I will multiply with 3 minus 2 root 2. 1 into 3 minus 2 root 2 is 3 minus 2 root 2. And power 3 is there, which I will write it as it is, divided by a plus b into a minus b. A square, 3 square is 9. B square, 2 root 2 whole square. 2 square is 4. Root 2 whole square is 2. 4 into 2 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. Over. Don't keep writing all those things. Similarly, here 3 minus 2 root 2 is there. That means I should multiply numerator and denominator with 3 plus 2 root 2. 3 plus 2 root 2 whole cube, I will write it. Same logic. 3 minus 2 root 2 into 3 plus 2 root 2. From my previous denominator, again it will be 1. Right? Again it will be 1. Now, can I say now, sir? Can I say it as this value is A? So it becomes A cube. This value is B. It becomes B cube. A cube plus B cube from our algebraic identity is A plus B into a square minus ab plus b square, minus ab plus b square. A value is 3 minus 2 root 2, b value is 3 plus 2 root 2. Wherever possible, try to directly write this and this. If I add it, minus 2 root 2 plus 2 root 2 cancels. You are left with 3 plus 3, which is 6. Directly write it. Next, a square. A is nothing but 3. 3 minus 2 root 2, in fact 3 minus 2 root 2, if I square it, what I will get? A minus b whole square. A square plus b square, 2 root 2 whole square is 8, minus 2ab, 2 into 3 into 2 root 2, you will get it as minus 12 root 2, right? Minus 12 root 2. Similarly, forget about minus ab, this I will come to the last point. B square, 3 plus 2 root 2 whole square. It is again 9 plus 8 plus 12 root 2 minus AB. A is 3 minus 2 root 2. B is 3 plus 2 root 2. Product is nothing but 1. Right? Product is 1, which I already discussed in the denominator case here. Right? You will now be left with what all terms? This will cancel out. This will cancel out. 9 plus 8 is 17. 17 plus 17 is 34. 34 minus 1 is 33. 6 into 33 is what you are left with, which will give me the answer as 198. No difficulty, never. Difficulty is not at all there, sir. Only thing is you should be able to solve some of the steps straightforward without writing each and every step. Ria, how did we get 6 minus 3 root 3? Where 6 minus 3 root 3, Ria? Let me check it out. What was the previous question which I solved? Let me check it out. What was the previous question? 6 minus 3 root 3. How did we get, Ria? Okay. Ria, this is how we got it, ma. What we had in my previous question is 3. Okay, this is the question. 3 divided by 2 plus root 3 minus 2 divided by 2 minus root 3. Again, there was one more denominator. Forget about this. Now, if I take LCM, 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3 is the LCM, which is nothing but 1. Ria, how did you get 6 minus 3 root 3? Cross multiply. 3 into 2, it is 6, minus 3 into minus root 3, it is minus 3 root 3, minus 2 into 2. Ria, again cross multiplied this side, minus 4, minus 2 into root 3, minus 2 root 3. Ria should be very, very clear. Everyone kindly comment in the live chat, sir. Everyone comment in the live chat if it is clear till this point of a time. These are the intermediate level questions of today's session. We will take some more beautiful questions in our next session on Surds and Indices, but this is not the end. Hold on. I am not signing off the session as of now. Now see here, another question on Surds and Indices, which is having a concept of rationalizing the factor denominator. See here, sir, I am drafting another question. Question looks difficult, but not the answer. Root 5 divided by root 3 plus root 2 minus 3 root 3 divided by root 5 plus root 2 plus 2 root 2 divided by root 5 plus root 3. Try to solve it directly, sir, as much as possible. I should multiply and divide by root 3 minus root 2. If I multiply and divide by root 3 minus root 2, root 3 plus root 2 into root 3 minus root 2. I am explaining for one of the denominator. A square minus b square is root 3 whole square, which is 3, minus root 2 whole square, which is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So numerator is root 5 into root 3 minus root 2. Try to do all these things very fast. Minus here the numerator is 3 root 3 and it will again be multiplied by root 5 minus root 2. Again check it out. Root 5 into root 5 is 5. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. So 5 minus no coefficient as 2 root 3 or whatever it is, right? This is nothing but 5 minus 2, which is 3. This is nothing but 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3, which is nothing but 2. Directly you can write the answer like that only. If it is there, you can directly subtract. So here the numerator is 2 root 2 already present. You rest all multiply it. Root 5 into root 3, it is root 15 minus root 10 minus again root 15 plus root 6. I believe it is clear. Minus into minus is plus. Root 3 into root 2 is root 6 plus root 10 minus root 6. What are you left with? Root 15 cancels. Minus and plus root 10 cancels. Minus and plus root 6 cancels. You are left with nothing, which is nothing but 0. Are you finding it difficult, sir? I don't think so. And I don't think so my students will find it difficult in any topic. Because you are a student of ANIL NAIR classes, you will definitely get habituated to this variety of problem solving. Idea should be very, very clear. Another question. See this question, sir. Root 5 plus root 3 divided by root 5 minus root 3 whole square plus root 5 minus root 3 excuse me, sir, divided by root 5 plus root 3 whole square. This value I need to find. Now let me take this particular term initially. This is a plus b whole square. Expand. A square is 5, b square is 3 plus 2 into ab. Root 5 into root 3 is root 15. Similarly, denominator also if I expand, a square is 5, b square is 3 minus 2ab minus 2 root 15. You will be left with 8 plus 2 root 15 and denominator is 8 minus 2 root 15. If I take 2 common factor, the final thing which you are left with is 4 plus root 15 divided by 4 minus root 15. Now can I say that 4 plus 2 root 15 plus 4 minus root 15 is for the first term. Here plus is there, here minus is there. Now second term, first term became minus, numerator became minus, denominator became plus. That means here also, and they are adding these two terms, and you know how to solve it from here. The question reduced already, square eliminated now. a minus b into a plus b. Simplify. It is a square minus b square. Can I say that a square is 4 square 16. B square is root 15 whole square 15. 16 minus 15 is 1. Write it 1. Over. You write it 1. Now cross multiply. 4 into 4 is 16. Plus 4 into root 15 is 4 root 15 plus root 15 into 4. I hope you are able to understand it, sir, right? Or can I also write it like this? Think logically. Can I write it as, if I cross multiply, it is 4 plus root 15 into 4 plus root 15. It is 4 plus root 15 whole square. So a square is 4 square, b square is root 15 square, plus 2 into 4 into root 15. It is 8 root 15. Similarly, here it is 4 minus root 15 into 4 minus root 15 when I cross multiplied. A minus b whole square. A square plus b square minus 2ab. This 8 root 15 minus 8 root 15 cancels. 16 plus 15 is 31. 31 plus 31 is 62. 62 by 1 is 62. Rationalizing is not difficult, but rationalizing should be faster. You should be able to eliminate some of the steps which are intermediate steps, which are not at all required. I hope the idea is clear. We will take some more varieties, sir. Do not worry. I am not. Please explain again. Now see here, Anurag. This term, numerator is root 5 plus root 3 whole square. Apply a plus b whole square. You will get this term, Anurag. Similarly, denominator is root 5 minus root 3 whole square. Apply a minus b whole square, Anurag. You will get this term in the denominator. 5 plus 3 is 8. Here also 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 and 2 common factor is 2. 2 will cancel here, 2 will cancel here. So you will be left with 4 plus root 15, 4 minus root 15. This second term in the question is nothing but the reverse of first term, Anurag. So this should also be reverse of this. Now you know how to solve this. I believe that Anurag should not find difficult in solving this. 4 minus root 15 plus 4 minus root 15 divided by 4 plus root 15. Now Anurag, denominator is a minus b into a plus b. A square is 4 square 16 minus b square is root 15 whole square, which is 15. That 16 minus 15 only is what I wrote here as 1, Anurag, right? That itself is what I wrote it as 1. Similarly, if I cross multiply 4 plus root 15 into 4 plus root 15, it is 4 plus root 15 whole square. Apply a plus b whole square. You will get these first 3 terms, Anurag. 4 minus root 15 into 4 minus root 15. Cross multiply a minus b whole square. You will get last 3 terms. 8 root 15 minus 8 root 15 cancels. 16 plus 15 plus 16 plus 15. 62 by 1. Anurag, I believe that it is clear, sir. I believe that it should be very clear for all the students. Kindly comment in the live chat if it is clear.
You can learn any subject, anywhere, any place, and on the go. Come, let us go the other way in learning. Download our revolutionary app for free.